Welcome back to the Trade-Off Podcast, episode 23. My name is Ryan.
And I'm Alex.
And today, as promised, we're going to walk you through step by step how to make a fully automated trading strategy on automation. Now, what that means is that we're going to create a strategy right now using some software called the Strategy Wizard, which is going to create the strategy for us. Then we're going to put in some final little tweaks so the strategy is bespoke to us.
It's going to make it very, very, very simple.
Very simple.
We're going to attempt to make it very simple anyway. Simple as possible.
Simple as possible. It's like playing a computer game. Once you start playing a game on the Xbox or PlayStation, you understand how to play the game, and that's it. Once you know how to play the game, you get better at the game, and that's exactly what this is like. We just made it very, very user-friendly, how to start trading, almost made it a little bit fun as well. So for people that are coming into this and they've got zero experience, they can pick it up straight away, start creating strategies, and they can also use our pre-made strategies as well to use as a foundation. So before we get into this, we have many different people come in to get involved in trading for one reason only, and that is, of course, to make
money.
To make money.
Money, 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 money.
Make an extra income stream by not using as much time, so they don't have to start trading their time for money, which is a big thing, right? If you trade your time for money, there's only 7 hours in a day, you're going to become capped in how much you can earn. With automated trading, you're not going to be capped how much you can earn because automated trading will work for you around the clock. One of the many benefits.
Also, no experience needed.
No experience required.
Exactly.
Just get that one in there.
Yeah,
literally.
No experience required.
No experience required. Literally isn't though. We've had people come in literally day one, fire it up, watch the tutorials, the short, sweet tutorials, get straight into this, and then they create a full automated trading strategy. They send it to us so we can check it. We go yes or no, or we say actually change this, give them some tips, because they get that help every step of the way. That's what's important.
That's when people say, well, how difficult is it? Well, the barrier to entry now, you can trade if you can watch a video. If you can watch a video and follow some steps, you're good.
You're in. So if you're worried that you've got full-time work commitments, don't worry. As long as you've got some time to watch a video and play around and have some fun on a laptop, you're good to go. If you've got family commitments...
That sounded like Pornhub, that did.
Don't worry. Just throw your family in a room somewhere and jump on the laptop. All right? We've got people that have got family, they've got their own businesses, they're working full-time, and they're still using this system to get funded with funded trading accounts and get withdrawals.
We've got people travelling around all over the place, actually. Loads of people. Tunners, Cullen, they're running around Asia, making money.
Yeah, Thailand is a popular destination for traders.
Running around Thailand, living the dream.
Literally is. I think it's because it's cheap there. And if they get a big withdrawal from like FTMO, for example, they're laughing, aren't they?
That's it. Ladyboys everywhere.
So, ladyboys everywhere. Soy boy. Right, so Alex, pick me a currency pair, any pair. Something which, not DE40, because the German DAX, everyone's been making money from that. We've been very bullish on the German DAX. Yeah. I think the whole community has just been absolutely milking the German DAX for the last 2 months. So do not give me the German DAX. Give me another indice, because we ain't got to pay commission on indices, which means more money for us.
Yeah, well, like you said, the main reason why a lot of our guys have been using the the D40 is because it's commission free. So, whatever you make is yours. Yeah, we go with US 30. I was going to say Euro stocks, but we go with US 30 because
US 30.
It's a bit more of a big hitter.
Right, I've got US 30 here. So US 30, I'm on the 15-minute time frame. We'll just stick with that.
Yeah, simple.
So we're going to keep this short and to the point. We're not going to go make it all long-winded. We're going to show you how to make a fully automated trading strategy on automation in a very seamless fashion. So first up, you add an action indicator to your trading view chart. So trading view is the platform that we use to automate our trading. Then trading view will find the trade for us and send it to MT4. They work out our lot size, our stop loss size, our take profit. It'll even use a trailing stop loss, take partial profits. The full management package. This is it, fully hands-free. So that being said, I've added a fresh next gen to the chart. As you can see, thousands of trades, right? And we have a very, very terrible strategy.
When you add it to the chart, it's just important to say that these are just some default settings. So it's going to look terrible. Mm-hmm. Also, if you built a strategy on, say, the D40, and then you've tried to put that strategy onto the US 30, it's not going to work. The strategies are built and designed specifically for the time frame and pair that you choose. So it's not like there's one size fits all. Okay?
Yeah, that don't work.
Doesn't work. You can't trade the exact same strategy on every single pair. Pairs are like women, like friends, like people. You can't treat every single one of them the same.
I like the woman route. Go down that one.
Oh, you can't treat all of them the same.
Can't treat all of them the same.
There's certain things I can say to my wife that she'll laugh at. If I said them to a random woman in the car, she'll knock me out. So you have to treat every single one of them with a bit of care.
Give us an example of what you could say to your wife that you couldn't say to a random woman in the co-op, Alex.
Butt's looking good today. Or I'd probably fucking punch you as well. Get away.
Get away. Hands off.
Yeah.
Right. So we've added a next gen with random settings onto the chart. So first step, we want to know, ideally, what sort of risk to reward ratio we want for a trade. Now, for me personally, and a lot of the other traders, we are trading prop firms. Therefore, we want a high strike rate, which means we don't want a huge risk to reward like a 1 to 5 or a 1 to 6. Ideally, anywhere between like a 1 to 1.2 and a 1 to 2, maybe 2.5 is ideal. So we can get that high strike rate and we can make good profit. So I'm going to go for, now this is what I usually do with some of the Forex pairs to cover commissions, but we go for a 1 to a 1.4. All right. So 1 to 1.4.
With Forex, however, that for those of you that don't understand, those of you that are new to this, that want to make kind of sense of what we're saying, what that means is for every £1 we risk, we would make £1.40 back on a winner, right? So if you're risking £1,000, 1% of a 100 grand prop firm account, you're going to be making back 1.4k. However, when you trade a Forex pair, you get charged commissions and fees, obviously from your broker or your prop firm. So that 1.4 would actually be more like 1.2 or 1.25. So you want to make sure you're covering those fees on a Forex pair. So with a indices like this, like an index, you're not going to have those fees. So when you actually make 1.4%, you really do make 1.4%. So you don't need such a big target in your take profit size.
That is correct. So we have entered a 1 to 1.4 risk to reward. Don't worry about all of these settings because these can be taken care of for us by the strategy wizard, which we'll get into in just a moment. So now we want to determine our entry. So any candle at the moment is giving us a 28% drawdown. We don't want that. So I'm just looking for an entry criteria which has less than that. So we've got engulfing only. So basically it's going to enter off an engulfing candle. So we're going to keep this very, very simple because that's all you got to do is master the basics with trading and you'll do pretty good. So we have here, you can see max drawdown now is 13% and a 15% profit. Let's see what high or low test gives us. And then we're going to get into the good stuff. So what's happening right now, where I've changed that to high or low test, is going back through now, 1 full year's worth of data there in about 10 seconds. And it's showing me the results over 12 months. So it's just scanned 286 trades in 12 months. Give me full analysis data, how many wins, how many losses to month P&L across the top here. It's showing me what sessions made money, what sessions didn't make money. It's showing me everything I need to know about this strategy in 10 seconds. A human could never, ever do this. Not in a million years. You could not look over 12 months worth of data as a human and record all of this information within 10 seconds. No. This is why we're using tech with trading, because it's so advanced. So if we can do this that well, imagine how well it's going to trade for us. Yeah. So we've got here 70% drawdown, but a bit more profit. I'm actually quite liking high or low test. It's got a bit more profit there. So I'm going to take that one because it's quite a good happy medium. So now I'm just going to press OK. Then we're going to get up the strategy wizard. Now, the strategy wizard, what this is going to do, this is going to find us the highest net profit strategy. So those settings that you just saw, what it's going to do is going to change those settings. It's going to learn what settings work best for this pair and time frame. And it's going to find me the settings which make the most profit. So I'll click test strategy. Then I need to just set my parameters here. So my parameters here, I've got MA1 and 2, single tendency start and end. You'll know exactly what to do here because we show you in the tutorials. And we've got some data points down here that we can enter. So for start, we can go 0 to 50, for example. And we could do a step of 1. And then for end, we could do 60 to say 200 with a step of 1, right?
And while Ryan's doing this, just to like kind of make a comparison for this, any of you that have played like FIFA, Football Manager, let's say you're searching for a player, you'd put these parameters into the filter, all right? And then your scouts would go out and look for this player, and they'd give you a list of players that meet the criteria you've asked for. Then your job is to go through and see which one's the best for you. That's exactly what we're doing.
Perfect.
Except
exactly
what it's doing is it's going to look over hundreds and hundreds, or 200 in this case, I believe, different scenarios.
I'll do 200.
So you're going to look at the last 12 months worth of data 200 times while changing out different things to try and get the best combination of strategy for what you've asked it to do. So it's no different than a game. You just putting credentials in and asking someone to go out, find me a player on FIFA or on Football Manager that meets these terms, and then you'd actually look through and say, well, I ain't going to pick him. He's 37 years old. You know, I'm not going to pick this one. He's from Peru. He's not going to get a work permit. That's just that's the manual stuff that you do, right? Whereas this is going to find all of them, give you the best options, and then your only job is just go through and see which one meets your kind of criteria as a trader.
Perfectly said. And that's literally it. If you can play a computer game, you can do this. Trust me. So now we're going to click save and run. Now what the strategy wizard is going to do is going to load in the next gen system, and it's going to start scanning and looking for the best net profit strategy for us.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
So it's going to scan the last 12 months 200 times. It's going to do 200 years worth of testing. It's take around about 15 minutes. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump ahead right now, and then we're going to see what the results are, and then we're going to fine tune them, and we're going to create a strategy right now in front of you.
A few moments later.
Okay, so the strategy wizard has finished searching for my parameters, and as you can see, it's found a strategy here with 27% profit, 6% drawdown, and a 44% strike rate. Not a incredibly great search. So what I could do now is just run another 200 cycles. I can go about my day. I can do it while I'm asleep, wake up in the morning, and I can check in and see what it's created me. However, we don't want to do that straight away because we have such good data points here. We can literally just flick a few switches and see if it improves or not.
Yeah, manual manipulation.
Manual manipulation. So this is why it's so important that a strategy is bespoke to you, because so many people follow signal groups and they get these bots that just work on gold, for example, and it just doesn't work for them, and ask themselves why. And the reason why that is because every single trader, no matter who you are, has a different trader personality profile and a different perspective of how you view the markets. Everyone's greed tolerance is different. Everyone's risk tolerance is different. Everyone's way that they like to trade is different. Some people like to be in and out trades more quickly. Some people don't mind holding trades for hours, days, weeks, months. Everybody's completely different. So the reason why this system's been so successful is because the strategy is bespoke to you. It meets your personality needs as a trader. So once you create this strategy and then you just fine tune a few bits to personalize it towards you, you understand the strategy. That's why you're going to become more successful as a trader.
Yeah, because you can have a strategy that makes 200% profit. However, if the drawdown's 30, 40%, you're never going to get to that 200% profit because you're going to turn that strategy off when it gets into a big drawdown. And that's something that people kind of, they look at the half glass full rather than the half glass empty. They look at, oh, well, I'm going to make 200%. But they don't look at some point, I'm going to be 37% in the hole. So it's important to have a blueprint or like a framework of a strategy. So something that I kind of work with and a lot of the people in the group work with are, you know, sticking to the kind of strategies that would be okay for a prop firm. So therefore you want a good amount of profit over 12 months and you want that profit spread across 12 months. You don't want 1 month with the majority of your profit and then small monthly profits. You want nice consistent profits each month, right? We want a good amount of drawdown because with a prop firm, you can't have more than 5% daily drawdown, 8 to 10% overall, depending on your prop firm. So I'd look for anything really below kind of 2 or 3% drawdown. And then we'd obviously want a good strike rate, anything really above 65, 70%. That way, you know, you're going to win a good proportion of your trades. You're going to make consistent profits with your winners and losers. And also you're not going to have a breach of your drawdown limit on prop firm. So that's really important that you take into account the rules of the game you're playing when building the strategy, okay?
So the first thing that we can do, we can look at what's called the data wizard, which is this little panel here in the bottom right corner. This table will tell us max executive wins and losses, what sessions made profit and what sessions did not, the average monthly profit and loss for the strategy, and what profit was made long and short. So we can literally filter our strategy using this data straight away. So we can see longs, we made $26,000. By shorts, it only made $500. So shorts, we could have been 10K up, but it lost 9.5K. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this strategy longs only, nice and simple. Now it's going to test the last 12 months for me within 10 seconds. I'm going to know if this has benefited my strategy or not. So we can see it has made a positive change. Strike rate's gone up to 53%. Trade volume's come down slightly, which is what we want because we want to get that average trade profit and loss up. And we can see that the drawdowns come down as well. So we're going to keep longs only on. The next thing we can look at is what sessions are not making profit. We see Toko session is not making profit. So we go back to the settings panel. We can literally just turn
that bad boy off.
Turn off the Asian session. So over the last 12 months, no profit was made at all for the Asian session. So as a trader, why would I want to trade that session? But this is something that manual traders never look at. They're not looking at what sessions are making them profit with their strategies and what sessions aren't. and then they trade them throughout all sessions, and then of course they wonder why they're losing money.
Yeah, a lot of people, when they back test a strategy, what they do is they'll back test the whole chart from the 1st of January to the last day of December, right? However, what they're not doing is going back through their trades and looking at which trades actually were taken. So wow, you've got a strategy that made 100% a year. Wonderful. It's a great strategy. Even if it had like 2 or 3% drawdown, great. It's amazing. The best strategy in the world. However, 80% of your profit came overnight during the Asia session. So how the fuck are you trading it?
Yeah,
you're not.
You'd have been asleep.
So you'd have been missing those trades.
Not of auto trading.
Not of auto trading. So it's important to understand the sessions, when things are going to be trading, when they're not going to be trading. This strategy obviously works at times and points in the market where there's more volatility, which is why it works best in London and New York. Also, it's a US-based pair or index. So therefore, it would make sense that it would make the most amount of trades and the most amount of money during the New York session, okay?
That is correct. So we can see here as well, Sydney has also been a negative session. So I'm going to turn Sydney off now. So Sydney and Tokyo are gone. And we can see, just by turning off those 2 sessions and changing this to a longs only strategy, we've only clicked 3 buttons so far. Just using these data points that we've got, we're now nearly up to a 60% strike rate, nearly 30% profit. The drawdown's now under 4%, and our average trade has nearly gone up to $500. So already, by knowing this software and how to play the game, I've literally clicked 3 buttons straight away, and I've already made this strategy into something very, very workable. So what we can do now, we can look at the other filters. You can go into trend filters. You can look at signal smoothing. You can work from low to high or high to low. It's entirely up to you. We'll start here on signal smoothing. What this is going to do, it's going to try and remove bad trades that didn't make a profit. So signal smoothing is going to just try and make us keep using the best trades only. So at the moment, on 100, it's not working. I usually just go up into 50s. I'm not going to do this for very long. I'm just going to give you an example and see how this can help improve the strategy. Oh, there we go. So on 150, profit's now gone up to 32%. Why? Because it's got rid of those bad trades. We can see drawdowns now come right down to 3%, and percentage profit is now at 61%. So this strategy is improving bit by bit every time I'm changing and tweaking these settings. Next up, we have MA time delay. This helps keep us out of those consolidation periods. So a lot of traders, manual traders, don't know when to stop trading. They trade for a ranging market. What happens? They get caught out, and then they end up hitting stop loss more often than not. We don't want to be trading for a ranging market. Next gen will know this because I'm about to tell it to. So I can start playing around. Just enter a few numbers in here. Again, 10, 15 seconds. It's going to go over the whole year for me and tell me if this has improved my strategy or not.
Essentially what it's doing is looking to remove trades during periods of consolidation. So when the market's going sideways, it will just stop looking for trades. Okay. So again, another really important factor is knowing when to trade and when not to trade. The auto trade is going to do that for you.
So I've entered 1 in here, and we can see we've just gone up to a 65% strike rate. Drawdowns now dropped down to 2.5, and net profit is 34%. Average trade is now over $500. I'm going to go up again to 2 to see how that changes. So literally, this has gone extremely smooth because we know what we're doing. We know how to use this software, and you will too, because you're going to watch the tutorials. So I've just changed it to 2, and this has actually gone incredibly well. 37% profit, 2% drawdown, 72% strike rate, with profit factor of over 3, which means for every dollar we lose, we gain $3.6. And here we have $731 average per trade, with 6 consecutive wins and 2 losses. And here you can see every single month for the last 12 months has been a profit. But what's also really important is that look how consistent these months are. None of them are like a 15K month, then the other one's a 1K month. We got 4K, 6K, 3K, 2K, 4K, 3K, 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 1.5K, 5K, and currently for February, $400. So it's a very good, consistent strategy.
Very realistic.
That's what we're looking for. And you can see this beautiful equity curve. I could carry on playing around with these filters, and I'll be able to improve this strategy. Most probably get up to an 80% strike rate, around about that 30% profit figure. Now, what we need to remember is, you're not just going to run this strategy on its own. You can run this with another similar strategy with similar stats on maybe the German DAX, for example, or maybe a Forex pair, or even gold. And then you can run another one. So you can actually could run 3 together. Someone's got a high strike rate, and now you're looking at 90% profit for the year, hands free. So this is a very, very good guide of how this strategy is going to perform moving forward. It's a great, great piece of software to utilize, because now I can go make this strategy live for me, please, next gen. Click a button, bang, that's it, it's done.
Hands free.
Hands free. And that is how you can create a fully automated trading strategy.
Come on, Junior.
Come on. On pretty much automating how you're going to create the strategy as well by using that strategy wizard. So the strategy wizard will do 80% of the work for you. Then you put in your own trader personality profile in that last 20% to customize your strategy to how you'd like it to look.
And to make it even easier, inside the group, there are tons of these pre-made strategies that myself and Ryan have built that you can just take and then tweak yourself to get your own strategy. So you don't even have to take it from kind of a blank slate like we did here. You can take a strategy that's already been created, work with it, manipulate it how you want, and get a strategy that's pretty much ready to go. So it's removed even more of the learning curve.
That is correct.
So as long as you can copy and paste, you're good to go.
You're good to go. So guys, just keep it simple. Master the basics. We're not reinventing the wheel here. We've just bottled up all of the knowledge from trading over the last 9 years, put it into this system, made it user-friendly, turned it into a bit of a game so you can create strategies as easy as possible. And then you're not using up all your time every single day, analysing a chart, setting up alerts, having a check-in, manually work out the lot size, all that lengthy time-consuming work that trading used to take up, it will no longer take up. Why? Because it's 2025 and technology is absolutely amazing. You have to leverage it. You have to utilize it. And that's all we're doing. We're moving and evolving with the times. So next week's podcast is going to be an interesting one. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you like, subscribe, so you get the notifications when we drop a brand new podcast every Friday. You do not want to miss next week. So I'm not going to tell you what it is now, but keep a lookout for the hints on our Instagrams. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Ryan.
I'm Alex.
And we catch you then.
Adios, amigos.